Hey, I'm Karnik. Welcome back to Star Wars Armada Explained. Today we're going to look at the Imperial Commander, Darth Vader. So Darth Vader is unique. If you look there in front of his name, you'll see a bullet point signifying that you can only bring one of him in your fleet. Why does that matter? Because there are multiple Darth Vader cards. Darth Vader is one guy. He's one person, meaning that if you were to take Darth Vader the Commander, you would not be able to bring Darth Vader the Boarding Trooper version. You wouldn't be able to bring Darth Vader the Squadron version. Or if you took one of these other cards, you would not be able to take Darth Vader as a commander. So just want to make sure I was pointing that out. He's unique. You can only have one of them. You can only have one of them in your fleet. Can't have multiples. There's no cloning going on. There's no Darth Vader with an extra R at the end. None of that EU bull crap going on. All right, to continue on, Darth Vader is Imperial only, which if you look down there next to his point cost, which is 36 points, you'll see the Imperial faction. How do you know he's a commander? You'll see he has no upgrade icon slot at all, meaning he can be equipped to any ship except for flotillas. So how does Darth Vader work? Let's read his card effect. It says, while a friendly ship is attacking a ship, it may spend one defense token to re-roll any number of die in its attack pool. So he's very straightforward. So in this example, we're going to say, you know what, this Crymoon is going to be shooting at someone at long range, so it's only able to utilize the 5 red die in its battery armament. In its initial attack pool, we'll say that there's no obstruction or any other effect that is removing the die. So you roll the 5, and man, that is a terrible, terrible roll. Good thing we've got Darth Vader. Which allows me to spend a defense token. In this example, we're going to spend the contain token. Now, remember, when the tokens are readied, meaning on the green side, you are spending the token, meaning you flip it from the green to the red side. If it's red, meaning it's exhausted, and you spend it, you do discard that token. It is gone permanently. Because Darth Vader is a spend effect, not an exhaust effect. So this whole die pool sucks. I'm going to re-roll all 5 of them. And that's marginally better. At least now we have 3 damage going out rather than nothing. So Darth Vader, as you can see, kind of helps give you more reliable dice rerolls. And that's not just for Star Destroyers. I mean, he's pretty much great with all of your ships in your fleet because you're not having to then spend points on additional reroll effects unless you want to. So things like gladiators and raiders, you wouldn't necessarily feel like you need to take ordnance experts for them. Other ISDs, you wouldn't need to take like leading shots, for example. It's nice to have those forms of insurance, though, because there definitely are times where I've done Darth Vader and leading shots and still only ended up like putting out like 2 or 3 damage. But in most situations, usually Darth Vader is sufficient. Now, Darth Vader does not work while you're attacking squadrons. Does not work on squadron attacks. I've done that mistake because I just thought it's just when you're attacking anything. Nope, specifically says only when you're attacking ships. Squadrons also cannot use his ability because, again, it states there only friendly ships gain that ability. Boy, I think it would be great if squadrons could use his ability, but unfortunately, not the case. So that's Darth Vader. He doesn't have any clarifications or errata. He's very straightforward. No other crazy interactions with other things, except in one case here I'm going to point out, but I just want to state, again, he's very straightforward. You can spend a defense token when you roll to re-roll any dice in your attack pool. Now, and there's another rule thing that for the longest time I got wrong, and I was told wrong this. I only just learned. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So what happens if your ship is at speed 0 and you're attacking? As we know, if your ship is speed 0, you can't spend defense tokens. Well, there's a caveat to that. The rules specifically only say if you're wanting to spend a defense token, if the defender is speed 0, it cannot spend defense tokens. Defender. If you're attacking, which is what you'd be doing, you can spend a defense token. Because you are attacking, you are not defending. Only ships that are defending at speed 0 cannot spend defense tokens. No no stipulation saying that if you're attacking that you can't. Okay? Want to make sure I was pointing that out. Some people have gotten that wrong. Now let's one of the coolest interactions in this game that you can do with Darth Vader is specifically with the Star Destroyer title, Devastator, which is if you discard any of the defense tokens on your ship, you gain a blue die that you can use on any frontal attack on one target. And also with Intel Officer, which is if while attacking, if you roll after you roll your initial attack pool, you can exhaust that card and choose a defensive token that if it gets spent, it gets discarded. So Intel Officer does have in the facts saying that you can target your own tokens if you so desire. Well, why would you want to do that? There's only one reason for that. That's Darth Vader and Devastator. They made it so that if you made your initial attack, we'll say that he's thrown the 5 die here. Now, the next step is you exhaust the Intel Officer and you say, hey, I'm targeting my contain if, excuse me, if I use my contain to re-roll any die of Darth Vader, I'm going to have to discard it. So then you say, okay, now I'm going to discard my contain to re-roll, we're going to re-roll that one blank red die. All right. Now, what's the timing of Devastator? Well, once per round while attacking. Well, you're still in your while attacking phase. You are missing a die now. You can actually add in that blue die to that attack roll. Okay, it's only a one-time use combo, but, to be able to add in an extra damage right off the bat like that, that's kind of a unique combo that you can do. So I just want to make sure I was pointing that out specifically with Darth Vader, the Intel Officer, and Devastator on a Star Destroyer. So that is Darth Vader. Of course, if you feel like anything is an error, if I got anything wrong, please be sure to leave a comment, point it out to me. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys next time.